Welcome, my friends. This is Maniacal Incorporated, and you join me as the final preparations are being made for the Great Push South. At the end of the last episode, Quirkta gained a new lifestyle focus. Let's see if we can bring it up. He gained forced vassalage. And we're going to use that to declare war on the independent counties to our south. I was thinking of maybe resetting the perks here, actually, and dumping all the family hierarchy stuff into Diplomat, go for Embassies, Accomplished Forger, get Praetorian Guard as well. There's a couple of them that I'd like to take. But for now, I think I'll leave it. We'd get a lot of stress, and we don't really have much of a way of getting rid of stress at the moment. Our army is doing fairly well. We're up to 1380. So we might let it just recover the extra 100 or so troops before declaring war on Athlone. The other thing I'm doing is I am looking for knights. And what I've done is I have married off a number of female courtiers, including, is it our sister? Martha. So I've sent out marriage proposals to high prowess individuals for matrilineal marriages. And one that I'm actually very proud of, if we come to our court, or to our council, here's Dervla of the House Mock Carthage. So she was married off to a very high intrigue character. And they have had a high intrigue daughter. And I've secured a matrilineal marriage to her, to a high prowess and high intrigue husband. So I'm hoping that we might be able to create a hereditary spymaster. Basically the title of Hereditary Spymasters to the Kingdom of Ulster. So I'm going to wait for those deals to come in, those marriages to come in, and see what way the army is, and then begin our war on Athlone. So what an absolutely bizarre offer. The man that we are preparing to go to war with has just sent us a proposal that our sons and heirs, my son Cronon and his son Cruhur or Conquest, should meet. Do you know what? I think it's a good idea. It's going to give us a bit of stress, but we might get a diplomacy lifestyle perk. That's the main thing that we care about. So we're given the option as to decide where we want the meeting to occur. For 75 gold, it could occur in Ulster. I think we're going to allow Cronon to go to Athlone. We'll get some renown for the family as well, which is very important. Here's one of those marriage proposals coming in. Ermagar has married Ban Muin, so woman of Munster. He's immediately put on his hat because look at the prowess, 15, and he's got the Herculean trait. This is the guy I think that I married to my sister. Half-sister? Half-sister. And Court Tuther, 20 prowess. He's got the Hail trait. He's put on his hat. And then we have... So Dervla herself. So she's widowed. So I married her to a Norman knight. So again, high prowess. And that's going to just really help with pushing some of the weaker knights, especially Cronon. Cronon should have taken off his hat at this stage. He has, and he's put on a different hat. So there's a blooming friendship. Look at how happy the two of them are. They had such a great time. The look of joy and friendship and happiness on their faces. Cruhur has given us 75 quid. And Cruhur and Conquest will become friends. Now that's going to be helpful if Cronon becomes the King of Ulster. And Cruhur succeeds in Athlone, and if we manage to vassalize Athlone, and most importantly we get 300 diplomacy lifestyle experience. So that's like quarter of the way through another trait. Fantastic. We have two major issues. One of them is that flag in the background, or that ship in the background. I'm not too sure if you can see it. We'll deal with this one first of all. Temnon has been doing something, and our wife isn't happy with it. It's an intrigue challenge, 47% chance of success. The other one is that we banish him, or we upset our wife. We'll see if we can figure out what's going on. I'm still unsure what to think of the whole affair. Then again, a good petty king should stand by his petty queen. And she is petty. She looks genuinely devastated. Like, this is a 24 steward. I can't banish him. We're going to lose opinion with the wife. She's going to be angry. Iceland. Iceland. God damn it, Iceland. Who do we put in charge of this mess? Here is a courtier. He doesn't have great prestige or great prowess. I suppose we'll have to command this. God damn it, Iceland. It doesn't look as though we're going to be able to make it in time. No, Iceland has managed to siege Dumpodrig. Are we going to hit them as they pull out? We do. We've managed to get the advantage over them. One of our new knights is after causing some trouble. One of our secondary knights, or the second... They were good hires. They were good marriages. That's basically what I'm trying to say. God damn you, Iceland. That is the first time. 5 episodes, and this is the first time that we have dealt a defeat to Iceland. I won't lie, I was worried sending those guys in because I thought if they have berserkers, we are in trouble. We managed to wound their jester. I thought we killed somebody, or did we not? Did we just wound a lot of people? They suffered a lot of wounds, and it doesn't look as though we suffered any. But our new brother-in-law, Teithmar, he wounded somebody, and I think Sewell wounded somebody as well. I think he wounded 2 people, and Teithmar had an all-merciful battle against the jester. And of course, we are missing... We can't follow them, can we? If we could hit them again, I would just keep hitting them. I will follow them to the ends of the earth. Our half-brothers, after killing somebody in a dishonest brawl, the King of Scotland demands satisfaction. Uladh will plead for your forgiveness publicly. So Duncan gets 20 opinion of us. The other option would be the same kind of an outcome, but we'd pay 15 gold and prestige. Nope, Uladh, this is your fault. You make this better. I'd say they'll probably get out before us. I don't think we're going to be able to hit them. And just after our great victory, an inspiration has been realized. Our beneficiary has toiled for days. And knights. To make a crown, what does it do? Plus 12 prestige, and makes buildings cheaper. And the motto of the Dál Fiatach family, break your axe upon our valour, is forged into it. That's lovely. I'm going to rename that in a second. We managed to hit them. I was not expecting that. So again, our new knights are putting up a brilliant performance. And they're off again, and you know what? I'm happy out. I think we've done a great day's work. We will pull the army back. You can see in the background that I have renamed the crown to the Bane of Iceland. I've paid 10 gold, or I've offered 10 gold to ransom back Athlone. And if we come and look at the force that was sent against us, the Icelandic force that was sent to take all our stuff, here is their commander, who is Jewish, a Jewish Viking, near death. Here is their jester, who is also near death. I think that's it, but it's going to be a heavy expense for those guys. Going home with no money, probably 2 soldiers dying on the way. And we should now be able to put on our head the Bane of Iceland. We got about 30 gold for stopping the Vikings. They have gotten 10 out of us for Athlone. They're going to get 25 out of us for our granddaughter, and I think there is one more courtier there to be freed as well. We will increase the control in Ulster. We're just going to add 10 months. That's not too bad. Breffni is taking a very long time. Let's see what we can do with a seneschal. We could appoint Ban Ulla. She's ill though. I think she's had 3 children. Cahabad has gotten an albino trait that neither she nor Finlay have. And the daughters then are the ones that have gotten the robust trait. I think we'll appoint our sister, our half-sister, as seneschal. So she'll help a bit with the control growth. So we've just had to spend another 10 gold ransoming Serla. So what are we talking about there? 45 gold. Now Iceland has stopped and started raiding down Ivonia. Bless them. Bless them. A bit closer, no doubt, than Connacht would have liked, but they have sent Iceland packing. This has been the first major raid into Ireland that has been repulsed utterly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for... Are they going back home? Are they going back home? Or are they going to do something silly? They're going for Scotland. Okay, there's even more members of our family. God damn it, Iceland. There's even more members of our family here. 25, so... Do you know what? I don't even want to work out how many people we've lost at this stage, or how much money we've lost. It could have been worse. We will put you restoring control in Breffni. We'll come to Athlone. So our forces have raised in 2 separate areas. And Upper Lorraine has joined. Oh no. I didn't realize they managed to pick up allies. Okay. That's going to be interesting. Now, thankfully, we do have a good chunk of allies. I thought we would be able to win this on our own. We will immediately come for Donal in Dublin. And Donal's having none of it. Well, this might be a problem. So we've managed to bring the numbers a bit closer by bringing in our allies in Scotland and Derby. We do still actually have allies in France. The Athlone's forces are actually leaving. Now they're probably going to try and swing around and get into Ulster. It was telling us that it was going to be an even battle, even though we had double the numbers that they had. I've also started attempting to sway Donal in Dublin, the Divil. We can gain 10 opinion of him, absolutely. And we have a grandson, Moenach, Mac Cosrock. May he grow to be strong and wise. I'm kind of interested, what exactly was Athlone thinking of there? Maybe they're going to actually join up with the forces that are coming in against us. I've even forgotten who it is. Upper Lorraine. They're not involved in any wars at the moment. Let's see if we can siege down Athlone. So here comes trouble. To be on the safe side, we've called in... Who is this man? Is he my father-in-law? Yes. We've called in our father-in-law, who's in the court of France. I think he's the heir to the kingdom of Croatia, and France at the moment actually is ruled by the House of Normandy. And we've gotten ourselves another lifestyle perk in the middle of a war. So this is actually pretty good timing. Defensive negotiations, independent ruler, opinion, plus 15. We can also propose one alliance without a marriage. That's great. That's fantastic. Will that... -1. Oh, he will accept though. So that was perfect timing. I feel bad now. There was no need to waken the father-in-law. Just before I started this episode, I checked, and I saw that Athlone had no alliances. They obviously established alliances while I was hunting down Iceland. That was a lot of people mobilized for very little. Job done. Here we have our Marshal, Armadach. He's our brother-in-law. I married him to Uladh to keep the Hail trait in the family, and of course I forgot to tick the box for matrilineal marriage, but look, it's fine, it's fine. So he's our serving marshal. However, we have a new unhappy man, the Earl of Athlone, so I'm actually going to appoint him as our marshal. So it's gone from a 12 to a 15. It's knocked a couple months off of that. It's made him a bit happier. He'll get used to it. He'll accept our rule after a while. We might just take a short while to get the control in Breffni up, and then it's pretty much expand into Ossory. And now we have a question. How do we intend to treat our vassals? Do we expect loyalty or fear from them? We could win their unwavering loyalty for 10 years, minus 5% vassal taxes, but direct vassal opinion goes up by 15. I think we're going to take that. We could try and wait for various things to kick in. I think at this stage, we just need to act quickly. Our dynasty is known far and wide for declaring war to vassalize people. The army formed in... we joined them up in the north of Athlone. We have put them under the command of our new best friend in the whole world. We'll have to try and actually make him our friend. The King of Athlone, Uí Néill. So he is commanding. That was a pretty straightforward enough battle. We'll see if we can... I still don't think we have anyone that's able to do any sieges. And of course, our priests would have to be causing trouble in the midst of all this. So in the midst of a war, this man has been living a luxurious life, eating veal cutlets, fine cheeses, saffron cakes, and invigorating herbal infusions. I wonder what he's been taking those for. If we condemn him for his transgressions, we get 100 piety. We lose 30 with him. 30 opinion. I think he'll still endorse us, which is the main thing. We're going to have Ossory's army kind of coming back and forth now. Bouncing back and forth. Finlay has maimed Donecha mac Gilliforic, one of the ruling dynasts. And Moel Athlone has wounded Mercarthach. One of the two of those who's just been wounded is a former son-in-law of ours. It's told us Derval has just died. We've gained 40 stress. This is, of course, our spymaster. Our spymaster has died. What a life Derval had. She was our cook, or she was the cook to our father. Basically tried to feed him something bold, either a dog or a child or something like that. She was captured, put into the prison, and then gang pressed into serving as spymaster, and she led the efforts to find incriminating evidence on people from Munster to Scotland that we used to blackmail them and finance our early expansions of Dunpodrig and of Ulster itself. As I was saying, I'd love to turn it into a hereditary position. Her daughter, Dervla's daughter, Banmuan, has fairly good enough intrigue stats, but her husband, Banmuan's husband, Ern Magar, it's a 24 intrigue. I think I'm going to give the position to him now. We'll give him the position. We'll have to keep an eye on that. In the midst of this battle for Ossory, Ossory has laid claim to Athlone. This, of course, is our... there's Moel Athlone, and there is our brother-in-law, Donecha. And it was Donecha, of course, that was married to Muirmuan. It was our father that married our sister, Muirmuan, to Donecha. And we actually have a niece, the poor thing, witnessing this big family debacle. That's basically what this actually is. So at this point in time, our only friend in the world is dead. And I'm afraid to say, I think it is time that we become reclusive and sequester ourselves away from the world. Because we are heading for a severe mental breakdown anytime. I think we have crushed their army. We've broken their army. There is Curul mac Gilliforic. And smallpox has hit the court. So it's hit one of our courtiers, Ralph. I'm not too sure what he's actually doing in our court. But we'll pray for him and for redemption. And you know what? Never mind about the smallpox. It's gone. It's grand. Ralph recovered. Fantastic. And there you go. It was taking a while, but we have finally managed to siege down Ossory and enforce our demands. 3 members of Donecha's family are in our dungeons. I've released one of them, which has given us a hook on him. I'm going to use that hook to increase the feudal taxes. We'll then be able to release the next member of his family. And get another hook on him for some reason. I'm just wondering, why hasn't he actually married again after our sister died? So his heir is our niece. So she'll rule Ossory after he dies. But yeah, we'll release the other prisoners, get another hook on him, just if we need it for anything. But hopefully that'll help to bring in some more money. I have just realised there's not a hope in hell we're getting 500 more gold together. So after all our work, all our conniving, Ulster has pushed almost down to the very southern coast. I'm not too sure what's going to happen when Quirkta dies. I think we'll be able to retain everything that we have at the moment. I think if we take Leinster, what would happen is on our death, one of our sons would inherit one of our counties, and they would become Duke of Leinster, so that county would split off and they would become the overlord of the two counties in Leinster. So I remember saying that that Quirkta was going to become the High King of Ireland. I don't think he is. Ralph, we haven't seen you in a while. You've recovered well. Fair play to you. What's he going doing? He's going away off with his claims. Go away off you. Go away off out of it. The baby has no great stats or anything. Go away off and away with you. My half-brother, Uí has invited my son, his nephew, Moel Brazil, to visit him in Alloch. We will accept. Of course he will be there. We'll see if anything happens. And what was there to worry about? Moel Brazil has returned, alive and totally not drowned. A difficult-looking man. He does look difficult. Demands an audience. Now, you see, I don't know if he's Irish or not. He is Irish, so I was going to say that could be French or Irish. Riagoul? That's how I'd probably think it's pronounced. You may have encountered my beautiful sculptures. I don't want sculptures. I have no idea who you are, and you don't look very talented. It's 35 quid to get this ugly man to do stuff. We're going to say no. You're grand out. Go off. My skilled half-brother, Uladh, has proven himself highly capable. Did I have to bait him across the arse with a strap in the last episode because he was being bold? My half-brother has proven himself. There are some projects that he would like to undertake in Oriel. Take the reins. So encouraged improvements. Sure, absolutely. So we lose 75 prestige. That's grand out. Did I get stressed from that? Was I not watching again? No. What has happened is our sister has died. Our alliance with Moel Mura in Athlone has broken. That was pretty much the most important alliance that we had. So we could become reclusive, lose 42 stress. Courtiers are forced away, they lose 30 opinion, and they will stop endorsing us. We could become irritable and gain high blood pressure. -2 to diplomacy, -1 to martial. And a severe health penalty. I definitely do not think we will be putting together the money that we need to claim the High Kingship. Because what are we at the moment? We're at 202 out of 300. We could gain another 40. Let's push it to the limit. We've gotten ourselves a lifestyle perk. I think we have a couple of choices and decisions here to make. I'm going to go for embassies. So each alliance grants us +1. Diplomacy. We're going to come to stewardship. We're going to go for the good old wealth focus. And we're just going to get as much monthly income as we can. If we could get as far as here, because we are stressed to the gills, we'd get 30% extra income. I think I might just go down the architect route and accept the fact that we are not going to be anywhere near forming a kingdom. So I think the most important thing to do is to probably continue our expansion of Dumpodrig. Continue adding buildings if we can get the money together. While Shockloin has restored control in Athlone, I've also switched Tiamnon to increasing tax income. So he was increasing... what was he increasing? I know what's happened here. He was increasing development in Ulster. He stopped doing that. Our daughter or sister? This family. Caintigern has become the Countess of Sutherland because our brother-in-law has inherited the title. So we do have an alliance with him, I hope. I can't remember if I was expecting him to inherit or not. I most certainly wasn't, because you're supposed to inherit from your mother. This family. We have created an alliance with our brother-in-law. And actually, our sister's vacation of her position was quite helpful, because control has been restored everywhere. So basically, there's no point in appointing a new seneschal. So we're now making 3 gold per month. I still think it's going to be a better idea to put that money into expanding maybe the trade port at Dumpodrig. So we're back pretty much to just kind of hanging around and being stressed to the gills. There's a good chance that Quirkta's health could hit him. He is 62, which is an advanced age in CK3. So we'll see how long he can hold out. But Cronon, in fairness, is in a pretty good position. He's already at 20 diplomacy. So that's going to be another diplomatic playthrough. That's going to be forced vassalization. Possibly if our alliance drops with Dublin on Cronon's coming to power, we'll be able to take them without breaking any truces or treaties or anything like that. So that could be handy. So I just paused really quickly. This war has been going on for 8 years. This stalemate up here. I'm not too sure, is there going to be any conclusion? No. Bloody idiots. And well, there you go. That answers our question as to whether or not Quirkta will form the High Kingship. When I got access to that vassalization casus belli, I thought we are going to cause us a lot of bedlam. But it doesn't look like it. King Quirkta of Ulster has found peace in Christ's embrace at 63 years of age. He died of old age. A man who always put the good of his family above all else, that's true. He spent his life trying to ensure a glorious future for his descendants. Petty King Cronon ascends to the throne. An accomplished diplomat, vassals and foreign rulers alike are sure to respect him. Let's see what's actually happened. So, we have inherited Ulster and Ulster. Cosrook, or Cosrook, has become the ruler of Breffni. He's going to want a position on the court, and he is not great. And if we look at our lineage, three offensive wars, and our father was also in 3 offensive wars. Level of devotion was faithful. We were a devoted servant. Not too sure which one's actually higher. 3rd level of devotion. 2nd level of devotion. Prestige, we were definitely higher than our father. And of course we were the cultural head, that's right. So there you go. There you go. I think it's nice to keep them ordered and consistent, so we'll call it there for the day. For this episode, and we'll get an idea of what King Cronon is going to do on the next episode. I think by the looks of it, everything has held together. So it'll be interesting to see what the vassals think of the new king. We didn't have the longest of reigns with Querta, just 14 years. But we can expect a good long rule from Cronon. I really did think that we would see Querta become the High King of Ireland and establish a royal court where he could house all the statues that people have been promising to build for him. He had a good solid rule. He finished his father's war for Breffni, saw massive expansions south, delivered the first defeat on Irish soil to the Icelandic forces, crowned himself with the Bane of Iceland. And he's left a good solid base to his son to expand from. Cronon has excellent diplomacy. Other skills are a-okay, but if we can get a good court around us, I can't see why Cronon shouldn't be able to, at the very least, expand Dunpodrig. But we really will have to kind of take into consideration what we want from him. It's going to take a bit of money to put together those ducal titles. We might be able to take some traits to spare money on that. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of thinking around what the early years of King Cronon's rule are going to look like. Thank you for joining me on this episode, and I hope that you will join me on the next one.